Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about the the one big mistake uh, President Trump has made, and that big mistake is what we as we the people are feeling now, and it's just starting. It's going to get worse, much worse, and but the one mistake that President Trump did is allowing others to take position of authority. When President Trump, President Trump has a plan. He has a goal and he goes towards it. And a goal that at his level is made up of a bunch of other goals. And what he did was to allow others. He gave them the goal, and then he sat back and let them uh, do the process of reaching that goal. And he should have stayed right up on the lead doing this. And the first thing was this virus getting a task force to uh, take control and go. He wasn't. He should have stayed in charge and not let them take the limelight. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but he knew what to do. Uh, Shutting down the airplanes coming in and this stuff. I mean, he was on track, and he saw when he things weren't right, and then that's when he mentioned we're going to get things back going again for Easter. And by then, you could see it didn't go back going by Easter, but you could tell by then he lost control. That's when you could really tell he had no control over what was going on. And I messed up because I thought one of the best decisions he made was allowing the states, the governors in each state, to take control of the situation. That was not a good thing either. And I messed up on that because I thought that was really good. Now, what it did do good is it showed you as the people, the citizens or subjects, it depends on what state you're in. Um, we were asked to do things. And then that being asked was turned into being ticketed and then being jailed and then taking people's licenses. And, so we weren't asked anymore. That was just, they asked. And then after that, it really was martial law. But they don't want to say it because just like when if you can go to war with someone, and as long as you don't call it war, well, then you can kind of push and shove and kind of go along. Now, once you say, okay, I declare war on you, and then bam, man, it's big time on you. And you better get ready because there's war. That's what happened on this martial law thing. And but the one of the good things is you can see how people with this much authority, it enlarges. If they're not confronted, they will do more, and they demand more, and then they will do more to get it. More suggestions, then a little bit of nudging, and then the next thing you know, there's force. They're using force, more to get the power that they're yearning for, to show you that they have the power, in which they everybody forgot about the Constitution. And we already realize we have immoral people in office. And so when you have immoral people, there's no guidelines for them because they're going to go by what they can get away with. An example is police. Police is the same thing. When you took the morals out of being in law enforcement, there's no morals involved in it. Here we have the guidelines for you to do, and this is how we got to the point where I shot him because he was reaching for something, So I mean, we as citizens can't shoot somebody because he was reaching for somebody. We can't do that. And why? Morals and the Constitution. We've got laws to go by. Law enforcement doesn't. And who guides the law enforcement? And that is, like I say, mayors and governors. And when you go to the more upper, you got the FBI, CIA, and you can see how out of hand all these people are. And that's because there's no morals involved in any of this, and they don't recognize the Constitution. They expect us as the people to go by the Constitution. They expect us to have morals. And if we don't do, then they use the force of the hammer. They use force on us. So, in other words, their guidelines aren't anything like the way we guide our lives. And this is all because of way up. The president lost control. And then when he gave control to the lowers, they dropped the ball. And now things are getting really, really bad. Now, I expect it to get much worse, much worse. And I don't believe that they want to control, government controls everything already. They're going to control the food. They may end up, distributing a little bit of food and all this kind of stuff. They might go like that. They won't and they can't let you go without food. They can't do that because then every citizen will be in the uprising then. So they've got to keep you fed. They got to keep the utilities going. They have to do all this because once they don't, then they totally lost control, and then it's going to be really bad. As long as they can keep you a little bit happy, then they're going to stay in powers of position. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.